Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of Intercontinental Group of Awesome, the folks that play on either sides of a giant pond across many time zones. And luckily, this game, we're all like daylight savings time synced back again. So that's good. I'm very happy about that. We are continuing the summer stretching into fall series of the IGoA Malliverse, and we're resuming the game that we took a break from to have our cool Halloween themed Monster of the Week. We're back to hit the streets that we have hacked to hit the mall, defend the shops. And yeah, so I'm very excited to resume this game. Before we start introducing characters and remind ourselves of what had happened in the last session, let's go through our safety tools. We have a line against sexual assault, sexual violence, and sexual coercion that is not interesting to us. It will not exist. And if someone does bring it in, please gently remind them that is not a thing that we're into for this series. We also have veils, which means that we're okay if the content exists, but we're not going to shine a light on it. No gory details, as it were. The veils are on torture, sexual content, and harm to animals. And then lastly, we have ask first, which means if you are tempted to introduce this content, check in with the table, like as people first. And if anyone says, can you try it a different way? Then let's just think of some other way to do that. The ask firsts are also on sexual content. So we'll ask first before we introduce sexual content, then we'll quickly veil it. And then the other two are harm to children, and in all caps, politics. So check in before we ask first, before we do any talk of politics. Sounds fine to me. We do all that pre-game. Once we get into made-up world, let's yeah. I'm gonna put in pandemics. I'm just doing it. Because I don't want to think about it during our game. So I've put an ask first on pandemics right here, right now.
I thought it was already in there.
Same, honestly.
I don't think we did it. I don't think we did it for hit the mall.
I think that's been comfortably assumed in all of our games this year.
Right.
And none of us are going to be like, but what about the pandemic?
What about the pandemic? So on top of
Jen,
that,
sorry, I missed part of what you said just now. Sorry.
Nobody is going to be like, well, what about the pandemic? Yeah, I adjusted my volume up, hopefully.
Yes, that's better for me.
No, it's just that when I'm coughing, I can't hear very well at the same time, so I might have to check back up.
Sabine, viewers, Sabine is a little sick, but otherwise okay. Sabine had a test. We were just talking about this pre-game. Sabine had a test, came out negative. Sabine has a cough. It's probably just the change. Could be the weather. Sabine's okay. Don't worry. It's a winter thing. Don't worry about it. Sabine may be muting from time to time. We're good. It's all good until we find out otherwise. On top of the lines and veils and ask first, we of course have our default blunt instrument called the X card. You all are aware of it. If there's anything that's bothering you about the game, any content that you didn't expect to have to line or veil, quickly just say, hey, I need to X card this thing. I'm not going to challenge you on it. I'm not going to ask you to explain why. I promise you don't have to defend yourself. I may ask what it is, just so I understand. Then we excise it from our play and we continue on. So let's go around the horn and refamiliarize ourselves with our characters. Oh, and before we do, Alex is moved. And Alex, I hope you're watching. And I hope you love the new place and find where to hook into your internet. Good luck. I really hope you have internet by next week. But I know you are taking care of business, and I hope you enjoy the new home. The picture of your office looks just wonderful. I'm very jealous of you. So let's go from left to right on the character keeper. Introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character, Tyler.
Hello there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Golden Boy, who is a speedster and light manipulator. He is also the partial owner of a now troubled gym that we're trying to get put together. and sells a little bit of the old vitamin pyramid scheme on the side. And he's kind of our wild card, our more wishes. He was doing more superheroing, pushes us into superheroing, and is kind of, gets excited about the whole thing, can be a little excitable in his heroic stuff. And he's picked up a new power, which I think is going to reflect, since it probably won't manifest until we're there, but I got the feeling we kind of did a and transport thing, and it has scrambled his already somewhat mutated cell structure, and now he has light form, which is a type of ghost form ability where he can turn to actual light.
That is awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tyler. Really
I've-
looking forward to seeing the new power.
I think I wanted to get a new power as well. Damn.
I think you
totally
do. I
forget.
see you've got
I've
plenty
got
of
plenty.
XP.
That's 10 XP for the new power, right? Then I'll
Correct.
spend them. And I will now have some sort of perception along the lines of electricity and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and Jen, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Sure thing. I am playing Dana Maddox, aka Dog, who is a refugee from the Mojo verse. Done a lot of gladiatorial space battles and living in this kind of weird trash cultural sort of space. It's a bit of a hover motorcycle gang rider, perhaps leader, it's unclear, who's been just sort of chilling out on Earth after saving some superheroes from the terribleness of living in the Mojoverse. She's had a lot of time to chill out.
She's probably just totally calm.
Just
not
totally
able to-
calm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't
doesn't
really,
fight anybody anymore.
can't be Dog anymore.
No,
That doesn't kick down silo doors.
no,
Doesn't take out missiles that are flying at her. Any of that
any of that
crazy
stuff.
excitement. It's all over. Too old. Awesome. Sabine, you're up. Introduce yourself and tell us about your character with this new power.
Hi, my name is Sabine. I use any pronouns. I'm playing Dr. Brutus Emery, who used to be a supervillain who called himself Dr. Flux. And he did a few, or more than a few, terrible things. And then somehow someone talked him into maybe that this was not the right approach to either getting rich or changing the world. And then he decided, hey, I could go to the university and I could have a doctorate, and then I could invent a few patents and actually be kind of wealthy, I guess. So he's done a lot of bicycle repair stuff. He has a souped up bicycle that with a lot of gadgets in it. And recently he started hanging around more with the others, and we founded a Heroes for Hire agency even, and that's when he quit the whole bicycle thing. Because, he has to hang around there and see what's going to happen, because this can only go well, right? Sure. He's mostly a strategic guy. He likes to think things through before he jumps in. Sometimes it works, mostly it doesn't. Well, he has usually powers of gadgetry, so he can have lots of gadgets that he builds up. He also controls electricity. And I'm thinking, since we're changing words to Mojo words, maybe he picks up his new power, which is that he has extra sensory, I guess, perceptions along the lines of electricity. So he can send his mind along these lines and perceive stuff that's going on somewhere else.
Awesome. And just so we're clear, when we say you've got perception of electricity, like To me, that's like Magneto's power over magnetism. We can stretch and bend physics to our will to apply that power in whatever way you think is possible. And then we roll dice and see if you do it right or not. So do not feel like the electricity theme limits you. Electricity's everywhere, baby. It's all good. Cool. Thank you so much, Sabine. Last but certainly not least is Jan.
Hi, I'm Jan. I will be playing the Swell, aka Simon Simmons. He, him pronouns. Simon, or the Swell, has he can modify his body to become larger, but now he can also become smaller. Other than that, he has a super stat in jaw, which means he's very gifted when it comes to persuading people. And he during the day is a concierge handyman at the mall. But of course now he's combining that with also running the Heroes for Hire agency. So let's see how that goes.
Indeed, we shall. So, last session, near the end, maybe do like a last time on type deal. The group had gone out on your first job because you've been hired. Kind of hired. Like there's some argument that maybe she's not actually going to pay you money, but Lily Durand, the very young daughter of Zachary Durand, who everyone hates, but Lily seems like maybe she didn't inherit that. She had been come to you because she was being accosted by some bald, skinny old dude who you guys recognize to be Knuckles. Once worked for a logging company that was threatened the redwoods, and he was stopped by Swell and Dog, and you guys went out, found him at a park where he was doing his best impression of a terrible human being, talked him down, and then as you successfully convinced Knuckles that he needed to beat feet, a new individual that the comic book says is called the Herald, wearing a totally dope kind of Daft Punk style helmet and a cool zippered jacket with a heavily modulated voice that sounded female. She said, I'm impressed when you said you could bring the entire team to me. I expected that you were lying. And then that was the end of our episode, our comic issue. So we begin this issue with a few comic panels of the IGoA Mall. We see, of course, the first thing that we pick up is the escalators, both of which are working today. Still have the papered over hole and the police line "Do not cross." And then we slide down. There's a couple panels of showing where the old golden arcade, gold mine arcade was, the food court, and you notice the clever readers of the Hit the Mall, Defend the Shops comic, and notice that there are a number of people here. Like it's not nearly as dead. And then we slide right past Goldie's, and we see there's Golden Boy teaching a Zumba class. Everything's looking good, bright lights. It's looks like the gym's doing real well. And we cut across, we see the Swell using his awesome powers to like replace some of the lights, and it's becoming even brighter in here. The mall, it's a definite bit of polish that we haven't seen before. And then we see Dana in her civilian guise as she's leading in by leashes a bunch of dogs to the area where she and some of the other volunteers are going to be adopting some adopting out some dogs, and there are a number of attractive, like cute little children with parents who are pulling their parents along, heading towards where the doggy display is. And there are a few signs up in the window. And then the last thing we see is Brutus Emery, and you're in your little area in Dick's Sporting Goods where you have just a number of different bikes to work on. And we pick up with you first, Brutus. You're here in your normal workshop. There's a person here, and you're not sure who this person is. It's like this gangly teenage guy. He's wearing a Dick's Sporting Goods shirt, so he must be a new employee or something. And he comes up to the little counter, says, Dr. Emery, how's it coming with that bike?
Well, seems to be coming along well. Wheels are turning.
That's a colloquialism.
No, it's a fact. And I'm
Oh.
turning a wheel. That's a very
great.
rather-
That's great. And then, Dr. Emery, when you look out at this guy through, like, there's a little open space and a counter, and you've got your workshop in the back there. When you look out at him, you see just kind of flying by behind him this little, like, baby baseball sized, well, from your electric vision, like you see it's just whirring along like a drone. Just zips past.
Okay, something's wrong here. I don't know what, but something is wrong here. I'm checking my phone.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you check your phone and you see that you've got full bars, but instead of like 4G or 5G, it says like Mojo, MOJO.
I'm calling dog.
Nice. Oh yeah, just emoji. I like that. That's good.
Oh, emoji. Okay, then if it doesn't say clearly, or have I seen this at the Mojo Slab? Because I
you've
used
got
it.
6 bars of Moji.
You got
Oh, right. I think I'm
good.
going to call Dana because this is very weird.
Oh, and Dana, the dogs are like, these dogs are so healthy and they are so fluffy and so incredibly cute, and they're all puppies, and they all had all their shots, and the kids are like hugging, and there's no stress, there's no one who's like peed anywhere. This is just idyllic. This is definitely the best dog adoption that you have ever run. How are you handling
Incredible.
this, Dana, when things are so easy, so picturesque? It's like a Hallmark episode, man.
I'm having a good time.
Nice. You're having a good time, enjoying it. All the love, these little rapscallions that you've brought in. Your phone rings. It's Dr. Emery. What do you do?
Well, Dr. Emery is my friend. I pick up the phone. Hey, Brutus, how's it going?
It's going amazingly well. Do you know why I have 6 bars in a net called MOG? But just, you ever heard something like that?
Is this bars as in like metal bars, or is this
No,
bars
sorry.
as in you go there
Oh.
to drink bars?
On
Or
my phone, Dana. I'm sorry. I'm just really this day is weird. Things feel too good.
huh?
Maybe I'm just paranoid.
I mean, I don't know much about phones.
Oh, okay. Well, there was this drone flying around, but it could have been a normal drone, I guess.
If you don't think it's a normal drone, that probably means something. You want me to
I
come
don't-
over? Everything's going really well here. Where are you at?
I'm at the mall. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm going to look for Goldie and see if he's okay or he's doing fine. But if you want to swing by, I mean,
Where you be at?
I'm going over to Goldie's place.
All right, meet you there.
Okay. See
Alright.
you.
Bip.
Bye.
And I look at my phone.
Sure enough, you've got 6 bars of emoji.
It's a weird way to spell it.
So, Dog, as you walk out into the central area of the mall, you see the swell is there hanging some lights. Let me ask you a question. From your time in the Mojo verse, did you ever, like, of course, as a celebrity gladiator, you were told what the best angles that you would have? Or is that a thing that Dog paid attention to? Did she pay attention to when, like, when the the number 1 and the number 2 camera might be on her, that kind of thing, or she just did her job?
She just did her job.
Nice.
She showed up and she did the things. It's like, well, listen, you know what my best angles are. You do it.
Nice. And so we cut to this control room with hundreds of screens, and there are all these different angles of Dog as she comes out of the puppies, the puppy place. And yeah, Dog, you see Swells over there. He's doing his cool stretching. He's hanging up the last bit of the lights. Swell, you see that Dana has left, and like there's a bunch of other people with dogs, and I assume you still got your normal folks who you work with, Dana. We should probably give those folks like a couple of them names. We'll work on
Yeah,
that.
props. Young volunteers. I wave to the swell. Yo,
Good
Simon.
day to you, Dana.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Adoption's going super. Everything is, all we've got is nothing but puppies. So I think they're going to be all homed by the end of the day.
Yes, puppies are super popular, of course. Yeah, no, I'm having a good day. Good, just finishing up the last lights here, and just going to bring the fluorescent tubes out, the old ones, and yeah, then I can round up for today, I think.
Sounds good. Gonna meet up with Brutus and check on Golden Boy down at Goldie's
Okay.
gym.
I mean, I was going to visit him as well afterwards, so I'll probably drop by as soon as I'm done.
All right, see you there.
All right.
Cool. So we zip ahead. Golden Boy, you've just finished up your Zumba class. It's full. Now, what are the kind of clients that Golden Boy is happiest with?
I think I'm happiest when I see the older folks. I like seeing the active people, that especially the retirees, and I think Golden Boy enjoys seeing people not letting themselves be held up by getting older. So when there's people in there and they're doing the walk and the all that sort of thing, that's when he's most pleased.
So you may not be super pleased because everyone in your Zumba class is incredibly hot. They're all young. They're all like sculpted abs, thong aerobic gear, big hair. Just, they're really, really attractive folks. They're all working up just a little bit of a glow. None of them are sweating. But it is the most full your class has been in a very long time.
I may step up the speed a little on them if they're not really sweating here. All these youngsters thinking they're just fine. We'll pick up the beat a little.
Nice. You pick it up a little bit. Is this a thing where as they keep up with you, would you start to push things? Like, would you start going a little extra?
If I'm noticing them keeping up, then yeah, I mean, I want to get a workout for them.
All right. Cool. So if you want to try to tucker all of these attendees of your Zumba class out, I think let's go ahead and have you, let's hit some dice here. This could be fun.
Okay.
All right. So we will set this as a remarkable feat.
Okay. So 4. Ooh. I guess it's super, isn't it? Or am I in? Is
Oh
this more of a
yeah,
normal?
I
Is
mean
it
you're
super?
gonna have to push it to super. That's why I was checking in. See, this is a thing where you'd go that extra mile.
All right. Feet.
Mm-hmm.
Does this pop into super movement?
If that's where you want to take it, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll get frustrated enough that I'll push there if they're like keeping up with me as I.
They're keeping up. Would you go to max kind of human capacity? They're just they're moving, not missing a beat, like almost like synchronized swimming. Just they're so good at this. They don't anticipate any of your moves, but they follow it. Some of them are even watching you through the mirror and just flipping it out and doing the reverse of what they see in the mirror, but they're following you. It's just
All
uncanny.
right. Well, that gives me 8 dice. I'll drop in 1 spark.
All right. Remember, you're looking
All
for
right.
4, 5s, or 6s, and tension is not yet involved in the roll, so it's not involved in this roll.
All right. So rolling 9 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my. Yeah. So you start. Well, what does it look like? Is this a thing where you become like a blur of light, or what do we see?
Yeah, I think you start seeing that kind of, the light kind of pulling off of me a little bit. And as I increase and probably, watching them keeping up with me, it's one of these just constant escalation sort of feels to it.
Nice. And they start to move with you. And then you notice that one girl has got just like this beautiful feathered blonde hair, like a little bit of smoke starts to come out of her right ear. And she started to move a little bit more like hitch and jerky. And then she just shudders and kind of drops down at her waist. And it's like she's done a bend over, but she doesn't. She stops moving, and some of the others they fall out of sync, and then they're frantically looking around at everybody else, and everyone's out of sync, and no one can quite see what you're doing. Dana, Brutus, you guys come up to Goldie's, and you see this like golden light of Golden Boy, and Brutus, there's a shit ton of robots that are doing Zumba with him.
Okay. I didn't think he'd go and do Zumba for robots. I'm saying to Dana, do you know about that?
No, I ain't heard about no Zumba for robots.
Well, he's doing it now. I mean, let's see what's that. Okay, tell me, am I just paranoid or is that weird?
This is weird. And
Thanks.
So
you
Brutus,
might, and I'll like hand on his arm for a second. You might want to arm yourself.
My weapon is my mind. I'm always armed, and I should stop with these kind of things, right? Because before I start cackling.
Deep breaths, man. Deep breaths.
I'm good.
And you can see like a moment where I don't kick Golden Boy's gym door in.
It's like a pause, the foot back,
and then I just throw it wide. But that's a good scene smash.
I love it. Golden Boy, you've just finished up defeating via the power of Zumba and light all of these robotic patrons of yours. When the doors open up and you see Brutus, Bruce, do you have a name tag when you do the thing, the cyclist thing? No name tag. Cool. Brutus and Dana. Dana maybe like a little. The artist draws in like a few like pet hairs on Dana's outfit because
Dana gets one of those like practically disposable name tags. You know, the kind where it's like,
hi,
like
my name
business
is
card. Yeah,
nice. I
yeah,
love those.
little sticker.
I'm not wearing a name tag that says Dix.
Uh,
No. No. I had this discussion with Rolf for a while, but no. I mean, I'm coming in with a suit, and that's that.
There you go.
And I'm probably noticing the person that kind of smoked and tipped over. I've kind of like come back to myself like, oh hell, I'm hurting these people. And you see me kind of slowing down and looking wild-eyed and a little scared, like I've injured someone.
Hey, Goldie, didn't know you are doing this with robots now.
Robots? What? Yeah,
I mean,
robots?
I ain't
These
heard of
are-
any robots subscribing to a gym before.
yeah, well, I mean, surely if they want to do it, I guess they can.
They're robots?
Yeah, I think so. They look like robots. I mean, it might be an MTV thing, but I think they're robots.
That would explain the smoke. Why would robots be coming to my Zumba class?
They want to keep fit.
Do they really have to exercise for that?
Why don't we ask them?
I think I broke one.
Let me fix that.
Ooh, so you want to try to fix the buxom blonde aerobics robot or a robot, we might say.
Okay, buxom blonde. I'm sorry, ma'am. You're smoking. I'm trying to help you here. That's okay.
Cool. Give me a roll with. I think you're going to be doing some gadgetry here to try to fix her
I
up.
think so too. Is that being super, or is that? I mean,
Fixing a robot seems like a thing that Brutus does on his off time, so I don't think it's super yet.
okay. So I'm doing 6 dice, and I'm doing it in a rather strategic way. I mean,
Fair.
not rushing in and start fixing. Like, oh wait, let me. I get 3 from being normal,
Mhm.
2 from gadgetry, so we're at 5, and then I'm using tools,
Yes.
so we're at 8. Okay,
Strategic makes you 9.
that's
and
fine.
Difficulty is good. It's
Okay.
only slightly broken.
Okay, I'm rolling just the dice. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Nice. So you head in, and when you open it up, you see her back. You find like a little seam, and you open it up. And,
Does
the
she
inside
react
is-
at all?
No, she does not.
Okay.
Head in, you start to play, and you realize that this is, while it's a more attractive model than the Ladytron, it's nowhere near as advanced. But
Okay.
you do see that there are a few toggles in here for weapons mode on or off, and violence inhibitors, which appears to be off. But yeah, you can reactivate her, no problem.
I will deactivate the weapons on toggle. I mean, I might pull that to off.
Okay.
Just,
You
you know. And then I'll reactivate her.
What an excellent workout, she says. And she doesn't have a robotic voice at all. She moves smoothly, but her back panel is still open unless you close it.
I close it.
Thank you so much for the excellent workout. Zumba is really fun, Golden Boy.
Huh.
Okay, that's very strange.
Excuse me, ma'am? Can you tell me? So why do you think you need a Zumba workout? And you look pretty fit.
Well, how do I expect to stay fit if I don't remain active? And then she starts doing some like leaning over and bending a couple different ways, showing off her flexibility.
Does she have an off switch?
Yeah, sure.
I switch her off. And I'm saying, okay, I think that she doesn't know that she's a robot.
I think she's a robot who mainly don't know things. And I'll look at the other ones. Are the other robots reacting to this robot's repair?
They're completely ignoring the whole scene of one of their friends being repaired. They're like chatting amiably about they're dropping in various, oh yeah, let's go to the Starbucks. Oh, I could totally use a macchiato. Are you a tall or are you a short? And it's like 6 different commercials are happening between each of them. They're all brand names and everything going, and it seems like they're patting themselves with towels, non-existent sweat there, and starting to head out towards the rest of the mall.
I'm telling you quietly, these guys have weapon capabilities. At least this one does. Maybe I should try to hack into her mainframe. I'm not a hacker per se, but I mean it's a technical thing.
Ain't I can just go in places that you're not supposed to go, but with a screwdriver instead of your feet? Go on.
I mean, the way you say it, it seems to make sense. Yeah. Well, Goldie, I mean, kudos to you for tiring out a robot.
Thanks. That still doesn't answer the question of why I've got robots in my Zumba class. I don't advertise with like robots. Do robots even?
Great workout, coach. One of them says as he's heading out, and gives you like a high, a pump high, a little fist high there, and then he pushes open the door and they start to head out.
Yeah, good. Do robots even? Do they have credit cards?
Your records would say, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And as the last one leaves, I like turn the sign over to closed and lock the door.
Okay. Cool. So,
I'd be less surprised by credit cards than by the need to work out for a robot, really. What they need is maintenance if they're robots, but not workouts. That's not how robots work. I think. Interesting.
I don't think this is something that they did as their own idea, because I don't think these are the kind of robots that have their own ideas. I think this is somebody else's idea.
Yeah, I think so too, but the idea is interesting. A car battery you have to move the car to recharge the car battery. So if you have to move the robot to recharge their subtleness, and I'll have to think about this for Esther.
So as Brutus is trailing off, thinking about how to handle his own Ladytron.
Yeah, he starts hacking into the Aerotron thingy, and also he's muttering like, and then I'll have to do this, and then I'll have to do that, and no. But I guess you're pretty used to that.
As Brutus is working on the air robot, we see the scene of you guys in the Zumba class, and then we see the scene but just slightly back, and we realize that it's behind the wall-length mirrors, and there are 4 cameras, like the big studio cameras with the the super stabilizers and everything. And we see that Daft Punk helmet wearing the Herald and the herald is there almost like a producer, and you see that she has like a little phone that also has 6 bars of MOG, and she says, "You're right. They're already starting to figure this out. I think we can go ahead and kick this into overtime whenever you're ready, ma'am." We cut away from that scene to the swell. You're finishing up, hanging the last bit of lights near the, the main entrance. Let's see. Let's take a look at our IGoA Mall, because that's fun. The 2020 mall map. Let's see. Which of our main exits would you be near? Maybe near the CNA, which of course is still popular, or there is that exit by by the DMV. There we go. So you're near the DMV, which is on the north side of the mall. When you see there's a woman and she's pushing, and you recognize this lady, like you've seen her. She's like kind of strolls in here, pushes her baby carriage around, gets a little bit of time in, and she's headed towards the doors. And then she tries to push the door open, but it won't open. And
I think Simon will just, very jovially just step up and go, "Let me get that for you, ma'am."
"Oh, thank you so much." And you push on the door and it doesn't move. It's completely solid. You can see outside. You can see through the windows. Looks like a beautiful day in Beechwood, but the door handle isn't working at all.
I try the other door.
You can press it, but it doesn't even budge. It doesn't even jiggle. Door pops off in your hand when you push on it too hard.
That's odd.
I can go through the CNA. Thank you so much.
Yes, maybe. And I will need to fix this. Oh, it's strange to close these during opening hours.
Well, I'll just be going. Thank you so much for trying.
Yes.
I appreciate it. She pushes her little
No
baby stroller and starts moving on towards the big CNA department store. What do you do?
I think he's going to make his way first to like the maintenance. There's probably like somewhere a maintenance closet where he's gonna put away his the burned out tubes,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that he's going to go to the gym.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as you dump everything off, and there's a question in chat. The answer is nobody checks, so we don't know. It's Schrodinger's baby in a stroller. So Swell, you're heading towards Goldie's when you see all these like really attractive people in various styles of workout gear. They're chatting, and one of them says, "Oh, let's go over to the Neutral Grounds Coffee and get ourselves a few lattes." And some of them are moving over towards the food court, and then sure enough, you see inside is Golden Boy, Dog, and Brutus. And Brutus is opened up the back of a woman and is reaching his hands inside her or something. It doesn't look quite as horrific because you're pretty sure you've seen Brutus work on robots before, and there's no blood or viscera coming out of a robot.
I mean,
close signs on.
I see the close sign.
Door's locked. Door's locked.
And I knock on the door and go like,
I walk up and let him in.
Did you
Get in here.
Did you put some skin on Esther?
Oh, this is not Esther.
Oh,
Obviously not. She's taller.
Well, she's sitting down, so I can.
Oh, right.
So
I had a whole class of Zumba robots.
okay, that's weird.
That's very strange.
Wait, you had a class? Weren't you supposed to be closed?
That's right. We're closed because of the name. And I'll kind of look over to the window and see the Goldies on there,
Mhm.
which I know I had to scratch off.
It's still there, or it's back, or something.
We got sued. I got sued. Something ain't right.
That's what I've been saying.
What it looks
Hey,
like.
It wasn't me.
go on.
I mean,
You wouldn't have called it weird if it was your drone, right?
no, I would not have. And if it was my plan, I wouldn't be here. I would be laughing at you and explaining to you what my plan was.
But from far away over a broadcast.
Absolutely. And after I had finished with the plan already. But no, look, I noticed that on my phone, I have a very weird reception thing. Like it shows 6 bars of connectivity, which usually shows only 5. And it says here MOG. Oh, wait. I'll just check my phone what the internet connection is, because your phone tells you, right?
Oh yeah, if you're looking for non 6G MOG.
No, I'm just looking what my phone says that the connection is. I mean, I've got these settings, and I go to the settings and I look at connections.
Oh
then,
yeah, like if you're doing like a speed test type deal.
No, I'll look at the
Are
mobile.
you looking for different Wi-Fi networks?
Oh yeah, there's nothing else.
Okay, so I have weird things in my phone. So, okay, interesting.
Okay, so the phones are weird.
Yeah.
There's robot people.
Yep.
And the doors to the mall are completely locked. Or,
What?
well, I was at the north entrance and it was closed, and I kind of tore the handle off even.
But it didn't open. You couldn't open
Yeah.
the door.
How did you try?
Okay, then there is definitely something wrong.
I mean,
yeah.
Did you try like I'm the biggest person around and I'm ripping this door off, or did you just?
The handle came off.
I'd say that's an effort.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's strange. Everything's strange. I'll stop working on the robot because this is clearly just a symptom of a larger problem that we have here.
Brutus, you had your android friend who was working here in reception, right?
Yeah, but she was working at our Heroes for Hire thing, wasn't she?
Yes.
Where's the Heroes for Hire thing, though?
We should go look.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Next panel, we turn the page. All 4 of you are standing in front of where the Heroes for Hire was. It's just the empty stall it was before you guys converted everything over.
Where's Peacock?
You know, I don't remember starting that Zumba class.
I don't remember picking up the dogs.
And I definitely remember quitting my job at Dick's, but today I was there trying to fix a bike.
Do
Okay.
we want to check other exits or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, say, Marty, you have all these pharmaceuticals lying around here, right?
Well, vitamin supplements.
Yeah. Do you have something like smelling gases or just, I mean, this might be a dream thing. I don't know if were you there for the last dream person who tried to draw us into this dreamscape and make us eat butterflies?
No,
Oh no, that was
butterflies.
I think that was a hero actually was trying to stop me. I think she meant for me to eat the butterflies, become a better person.
They're real bitter. Don't do it.
I wasn't thinking of it. No, and I'm going to kind of draw back and not super hard or anything, but with a little force, punch Brutus in the shoulder. Wake up!
Yeah, I think Brutus is surprised, and he's not a physical person, so he stumbles back a little and almost falls on his butt. Like, oh, okay.
That's when Dog and Swell, both of you hear like a very faint laughter.
We have a laugh track.
I look behind me to see where it's coming from.
It's not coming from any of the people in the mall. That woman comes out of the CNA and she heads towards you, Swell. She looks a little perturbed, upset, not angry, but more worried. The doors at the CNA don't work either. I brought it to the attention of the manager. He'll probably be giving you a call, but I just wanted to let you know. Do you know of the best way? Is there an emergency exit or something?
It might be best to just wait right here, and we'll look into it. Because there's something that we'll take care of it, and we'll let you know as soon as possible. Don't worry.
Okay.
Please have a seat, and yeah, we'll take care of it.
And then she moves the stroller over near like one of the benches. You know how they have benches between different stores in the mall, right? And she sits down and reaches in and she pulls out a little bundle of joy. Remember how you could tell that the robots were robots? This little baby is totally a robot baby.
Cries in binary.
No, she treats it like it's a baby. Like, don't worry, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Starts rocking it a little bit. So, the four of you were headed off
towards the CNA.
Sure.
Yeah. While we go, I nudge Marty and I'm like, buddy, I've been punched and even shot a bunch in dreams and never woke me up.
Really?
I've fallen a lot in dreams, but that woke me up usually sometimes on the ground in front of my bed.
Huh.
Have you been punched in real life while you were dreaming and woken up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's that would be sort of the idea here, I guess. But you're right. I guess if I'm a dream me, then I wouldn't wake you up, Brutus. But I'm not a dream me, that is.
Oh, but I feel adrenaline. And you don't usually feel adrenaline in dreams unless you're about to wake up. So.
Well, it would be my dream, I think. So it makes sense that you wouldn't wake up because I'm dreaming. And
I can totally shock you, and maybe we can see if this is really your dream, or maybe it's my dream.
Let's
maybe it's
not fight about whose dream this is.
Maybe it's a butterfly's dream.
let's go check the doors.
You're a light bit of laughter again, dog. It's not coming from any distinct place. You guys step into CNA's. You hear like the Snoozak version of Girl from Ipanema playing in the background. All of the floors are shiny, like they've just been waxed. There's all kinds of customers in here. All the displays are bright and shiny.
Hmm. You said the door in here wasn't working?
Yeah. The door to outside the mall.
Well, I know somebody who's really good at kicking down doors. Not looking at anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I give you like punch in the shoulder and say, dog, and say, come on, try it.
Yeah.
You know you want to.
Yeah, I do. What departments do we pass through on the way?
As a person who's never been to CNA, let me ask those who have attended CNAs, what departments do you guys pass through before you get near an entrance/exit?
Ladies
Men's
wear
or men's or women's.
yeah, men's, women's, children. That's basically, yeah. There are underwear stuff and night stuff and let me think, sports stuff. Yeah.
The thing that you pick up as you guys are headed past all of the women's wear, nightwear, and everything is that, like, you see stuff that would have been popular in the 70s. You see stuff that looks like maybe it was 90s trend. There's no really unity of fashion or design. It's like somebody flipped through a bunch of catalogs at once and they just ripped out all the parts that interested them or that they stopped on randomly. And that's the kind of clothing that you see on the mannequins and you see on the racks and all of the hangers as you head towards the exit/entrance, which is right near a water fountain.
Nice. All right. Well, I make it to the door and I give it a hearty kick.
It's like kicking a wall. The glass doesn't even crack.
See?
This ain't a door.
No, but I mean.
No, I mean this ain't a door. Like this ain't glass.
But.
And I like pound on it
You can
with
look
my
outside
fist to sort of emphasize it. And
Does
then
it look normal outside?
It looks perfectly normal outside.
Did you see how the glass didn't wobble?
Yeah, the glass doesn't wobble. Looks perfectly normal outside. Brutus,
this is
after a few moments of dog pointing out how the window isn't a window, the door isn't a door, you realize that what just happened, like there's a leaf that moves across. The same leaf just like moves across along the parking lot.
This is more like a screen, I say. Like there's on repeat outside there. Look at this leaf. I think we are in some sort of prison or something.
No.
Or I mean, there was this well, there was a science fiction TV thing, and with a starship and people on that starship, and they got captured by aliens and put inside of some sort of goldfish glass, so the aliens could observe them. So this almost looks like that.
Let's see if we can get through this thing here. And I'm going to kind of point my finger at it, and we'll see that golden glow begin to come around my arm, and that intense kind of laser cutter comes out, and I'm going to try and cut a hole.
Melt it.
Oh my. Well, that sounds fascinating. So here's the deal. You get to try that. It's going to be a remarkable feat. And tension is involved.
Okay. So, definitely sounds like. Does this sound like I'm hitting my wild one on this one?
You seem to be pretty wild. Like, hey, I'm just going to shoot a laser through it. That seems.
I don't use that often, so yeah. and super. And this is probably, what's his hands?
I think so.
Okay. And I'm using my control light.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 9. I think I'll roll with 9.
Okay, you're looking for 4 successes. One's gonna hurt.
Come on. Well,
Not the best roll.
no.
Yeah,
No. I got
I see 2 successes. Huh?
3
I see.
hurts.
Yeah. So you point your fingers to fire the laser, and you fire that laser right through, and we see the entirety of the screen start to warble, and it starts to smoke a little bit from what is obviously not glass. And finally, you poke a hole through it, and you see behind that hole, that about yay-sized hole, there is this rows upon rows of seats, and there's screaming, weird, not really like humanoid, but elongated faces, odd skin-colored alien folks that are watching, and they're all break out in laughter.
Oh, hell.
Well, you figured it out. It was starting to get a bit old just watching you old people just totter around. You don't recognize me, do you, dog? That's because I'm Virgil's daughter, Salamanca. I figured the 4 or so of you met at the mall. How good are you outside of the mall? You're boring. So I brought the mall here. We'll see if you can defend the mall. We'll see if you're any good at all. And remember, the more entertaining you are, the longer they live.
What the hell is this, dog?
Dog.
And what does they mean by they'll live?
Don't know yet, but we're gonna find out in a way we ain't gonna like. And I've already been sort of scanning around and beelining for one of the red glass in case of fire boxes
Mm-hmm.
and just grab some firm object on display, some boot or something from the men's section, and crack
Nice.
into it, pull out the big fire axe.
That sounds totally dope. You grab out the giant fire axe. This dog is running over to, in case of fire, break out an axe. Swell, you notice that all of the mannequins' heads, those featureless faces, just turn, and they're tracking dog.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we are on Mojo World now.
What?
And that's when the mannequins all kind of pull themselves up from their moorings, and they move this like weird fluidity. It actually doesn't look that dissimilar to how you can stretch, Swell, and they start moving kind of herky-jerky towards Doc because she's got an axe.
I'm feeling like I want to talk here and not deal with these guys, so I'll try just throw some electricity at them and hope that they'll just drop. Because I really want to have some information here now. Not
awesome.
Do stuff with them.
Doesn't want this conversation interrupted.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking, and then that's what I was saying. We're talking, and I'm just throwing out this electricity. Usually, I'm not that unsubtle, but yeah, well.
You're just breaking out. This is going to be good difficulty, and of course, tension is involved in the role.
I thought so. So I'm being super.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using control electricity, so we're at 4,
mm-hmm.
and I think that might be head still, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So it's 7, and I'm using 2 spark.
Okay.
So that's 9.
Okay. Let's see how
Yes.
it goes. You need 3 successes.
Okay, I have 3 successes,
Wow.
more than 3, and I've got
A lot
1,
more.
and I lose 1 spark.
Nice. I think that's the thing where it drains you just a teeny bit because you lashed out, but you take care
Yeah.
of those mannequins. Like, I think it's chain lightning. Like, it kind of connects all of them and they fry a little bit and they fall down and the sprinklers come on. Psst.
And I'm turning to Dog and say, what's to echo the other 2. What?
Mojo World, the artificial planet where intergalactic television network gets centered.
You are telling me we are on an intergalactic television show.
Ow.
Yay.
We got abducted
By aliens.
by aliens, yeah. That's how that works.
Anyone
Yeah,
comes here and tries to probe me.
Hey, Salamanca. That's right. That's your name, right? No? You're not gonna talk?
We're the little people. We got to find a way to her if we want to talk to her face.
Well, we just made a little hole.
Yeah.
So I can go outside.
Okay. You're muted,
That's-
Rich.
I keep
Maybe
muting
not a
myself.
good idea.
It's crazy. You see that there are a few little like bugs that have come. You see their little antennae and they're at that hole, and one of them's kind of horking some weird, sticky, gooey
Oh,
substance
I'm getting one of those.
into the hole. Oh, you want to reach out and try to grab
Sure.
one? Oh, that sounds awesome. There will be. They don't expect this, so it is just a good difficulty. But you're going to need to snatch them with hands, I think.
And but it's normal, right? So it's
It's a
normal.
what? I'm sorry.
It's be normal.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, a normal person can grab a
it's
giant bug.
For it's not very something. It's not something I'm good at, but I think it's pretty strategic to grab one of these, right? So I can roll with. Cool.
Sure. It definitely will help. The thing is, does anyone want to help seeing what Brutus is trying to do? Nope. Too weird? It's all good if you don't have
I think it's too
Not an
fast
expectation.
for like what? Oh,
Yep. Sounds
Maybe
good.
I'm not fast, but yeah, it's probably unexpected.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to grab one.
Nice.
It's a
I love that
it's a
little
thing,
aspect.
right? It's almost like it's a gadget, but it's not. Or maybe it is. We'll see.
We'll see.
Rolling dice now. Yeah, I've got 2 6s and a 1.
2 6s and a 1. Your difficulty was good. I think
Good is
you reach
2
out
or
and it.
wait, is it 2?
It's
3.
three.
Oh, I've got 3. I've
It's
got
three.
4 and 2 6s and a 1.
Oh, perfect. Phew. I was like, oh, this sucks. But yeah, I think it tries to bite at you, but it wriggles a little bit. Maybe you get like a little abrasion. That's your loss of spark, but you grab the
Oh.
thing. It's like this big.
Mhm.
You like reach in, you grab it, and it's like a beetle type thing, and it spits some of that sticky stuff, but you dodge out of the way. And as it's wriggling around, it
Hey, what are you doing? Let it go. I am just working my job here.
That's look, I found look,
speaks.
I had a bug. I have a bug now. Let's see what we can do with you, my friend.
Oh, are you gonna eat me?
I'm not gonna eat you.
Not unless
Oh,
you tell us where the exit is.
Give me a couple
oh
hours.
man, with torture and threats already?
No, we're just asking for some cooperation.
Well, I haven't been told not to cooperate.
Well, there you go then.
So my job is to fill in holes.
Yes. And
I was doing that.
and how would you normally get inside here?
Oh, well, I mean,
When there's not a hole.
Oh, when there's not a hole, well, of course I can make a hole, and then I can also, there are lots of holes that are already made, and I mean, this is a new installation because Salamanca wanted to bring them all here, but then he was like, it's kind of grody and old, so we had to spend some time fixing it up and making it look cool.
Entrances and exits. Where? Come on,
Oh, but
focus.
they're bug-sized.
Okay, how did we get in here then?
Oh, well, I think some of the robots brought your unconscious bodies through here, or it could have been magic. It's always robots or magic. Robots or magic.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
That's so fucking true.
Oh, Doc, I'm a big fan. Welcome back. I know Hope will be happy to see you.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, not the concept, the person.
Oh, I know. She's here?
Yeah.
In this building.
No, but she hasn't been canceled yet.
Who's Hope?
Good to know. Hope's a friend.
We could use one of those.
She ain't canceled yet. That means she's on another show, which means she's in another complex.
So we need to get out of this complex, get into some other complex, figure out what this Salamanca person meant by they are not gonna die, free everybody, blow this whole thing up, or at least part of it, and then go home.
Somehow.
Crossover team up.
I never wanted to be on a TV show.
Really?
I don't recommend it.
Of course, I wanted to be on a TV show. Come on, I was a supervillain. I wanted attention.
Hey, do we try to make a bigger hole?
Yeah, dog, this is kind of your scene. If we escape out of here, what
I don't
happens?
think we should send Swell out by himself. There's guards,
No.
defense grids, and it ain't safe. So we got to make another bigger hole, or we got to find the robot entry. That's basically it.
If there's a robot entry, maybe we can ask this little friend here to help us figure out where it is. And I'm drawing out my sonic screwdriver.
So
because
go on.
There has to be a control facility, right?
Huh?
Yeah, it's usually detached flying.
That's good. That's good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not the only ones here.
No.
Like the lady with the baby carriage.
She a robot though? It's hard to tell.
I mean, she looks familiar.
But she was confused in the space compared to like the robots at the Zumba class who seemed like perfectly normal with whatever weirdness went on. I mean, one of them had smoke come out. The rest of them just like, yo, bro, enjoyed it. God, I hate kids.
We should probably try to find in here whoever else might be in danger as well before we make our way out.
Can you make a detector, Brutus, or do you know a way that you could tell immediately robot from non-robot?
Yeah, sure. That's easy. But I wonder if we shouldn't go and find the person responsible for the whole thing, and then, well, you can maybe tell them what they're doing is wrong.
Y'all, I ain't been here in 40 years. I don't know if we can get out and find a control room before somebody who might be here gets hurt.
Got to protect the civilians first.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, I'll make you a. It's really easy because the electrical potential in your head is totally different from those of a robot.
Thank you.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Oh. Well, if you do that, then I'll make a quick run through the mall and try and get everybody who's not a robot back together.
Okay, then I'll do a thing that will beep at you when you come closer to a normal person. Give me your phone.
Here you go.
Okay, I'll just do the gadgety thing with the phone. There will be some
It's
extensions
an
on the
Android.
phone. There's it will then have a little antenna that goes around like these radar dishes. Like
That sounds good. Cool. So as Dr. Emery is working on gadgetizing Golden Boy's clamshell phone, because I imagine that your Android, like, it's a flip phone, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be, but that immediately.
No, I actually have I had a nicer
That's
phone.
right. You did. Yeah, from earlier Quicket wireless, and it's like really big font. But yeah, it's an actual modern phone, candy bar style, or not candy bar, but the regular style. Let's go ahead and take our bio break. So it's 2 after Steak Like 10, and we'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back. So just at the top, I wanted to make sure everybody was aware that there is a custom move in the Mojoverse. Now that you guys know you're somewhere in the Mojoverse, there is a custom refresh rule. I want to call it a move, but this is not PBTA, so I probably shouldn't. The custom refresh rule is that if you deliver an exciting insult or throwdown to a dangerous foe or show off during a physical conflict, you can recover 1d6 spark. The idea being that the Mojoverse loves when people do things that would draw more viewers. So anytime you do that, it actually empowers you a little bit.
does that go for telling the droids to start that we're talking, and then electrocuting them?
The mannequins, yes, that attack on the mannequins should give you some refresh back. So go ahead and roll a d6. There you go. Two spark back for your efforts. All right. So we pick back up after the fold where we had a cool advertisement for, I don't know, I think that this comic's doing its best to sell. So it's like one of those with like the little cologne perfume things. You can like sniff it. It makes the whole comic book kind of smelly, but they pay extra money for it's helpful for circulation, guys. You got to do what you got to do. So we had Brutus Dr. Emery was attempting to create a scanner so the Golden Boy could traverse the mall and discover how many people are here, not robots, right? So here's the difficulties. It's just a good difficulty for you to say robot, not robot. For you to make it not robot, robot, human, not robot, that difficulty is a little bit more. It's actually incredible for you to be able to suss out the humans, because there are other, like, if it isn't robots, it's magic. As by the way, Jin, I'm assigning Jin, you get to name our bug alien that is now currently captured by you guys. You get to give him a name because you're the expert on Mojoverse. So there are your difficulties. So it is good and incredible.
How many do I need for incredible?
5. The difficulties start on row 32 underneath the peacock.
I can do a 5 difficulty. I don't want come on, that's boring.
The good news is that this is not a tension related roll. Either happens or it don't.
Fine. I would appreciate if Dog would help me a little here because she's the one who knows this whole thingy place and has a mojo slab. Mojo slab. I can't say the word, but I think you know what I mean. Mojo slab. Can.
Yeah, it'd work like this in a mojo slab. Just saying.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I'll give you a spark.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think it's let's say it's strategical, right? Yeah. So 1. And it's super, I guess. So it's 3.
Yeah, definitely.
I will use tools, so it's 6. I think both gadgetry and control electricity might come into here, so we're at 10. And 11 for the spark that Dana threw me. Right? Missed anything?
That sounds right to me.
Oh, I need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Wow, that was pretty great.
Woohoo!
Popping off.
Pretty impressive, I have to say. So we've now named our bug. It is Kizix. Yeah, is that how you say it in your head, or Jen, since you're the expert? Would
Kizix, yeah, sounds good.
all right, cool. I'll stick Kizix. I've added a new to the Malliverse cast, a new set of rows for Mojo Folk, just in case we need such things. And I just grabbed a random picture for Kizix. If that doesn't work for anybody, let me know. I'm gonna move Salamanca and the Herald down to our Mojo Folk tab. There we go. We're running short on time on space for our retired supers, and they certainly were not that. So let's reorient things just a wee bit there. There we go. All right. So you have the device. It's a little satellite dish attached to your cool phone. Golden Boy, you know that as you head out into the mall proper, all by your lonesome, you're going to have to be fast because there are certain individuals in this mall that do not want you. Now, are you hoping to just tag folks? Are you hoping to like fetch them and bring them somewhere?
Ideally, I'm going to start trying to collect them into somewhere for us to watch out for them. Before I go, we'll have a moment of chat of, I could find them. Should Dog, you think it makes sense to send them like here or the fountain or somewhere?
We need to hole them
Or-
all up someplace that's fortified. I know
mean-
this mall, a lot of the walls are just thin, powdery board.
Well, normally they are. Maybe now they're not.
I don't know. It sounds like, from what our little bug friend here says, they picked up the mall and took it into space.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Okay.
Crazy.
So where in the mall are all the walls block?
Well, if
Instead
you
of
go
block.
through the back of most of the storefronts, you see there's hallways back there that are kind of to bring in deliveries and that sort of stuff. Well, the walls of the actual shops, they're pretty crap. But they have like cinder blocks that are the main superstructure. And, there's also like if they went down below, there's like where they keep the, they have all the plumbing setups and the things like that, the heatings and all that. Most of those are cinder block at least. Concrete floor.
There's something wrong though.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If they picked up the mall, when did they pick it up? Because they picked it up before we left. Because
we don't know how long we've been out.
Our storefront's not there.
Oh,
and
that's right. It's a It's another thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The Herald made us change that. She really didn't like the idea of you guys being, I don't know, heroes for hire or something. It's just really weird.
Yeah, also, Mojoverse, they tend to take whatever they want from dimensions and times, and
That's what I was saying, like, when? But, okay.
Yeah. But do we think if I tell people to retreat to one place, they're going to be attacked along the way? Should I try and grab people, bring them back, that sort of thing? If so, well, you say you can get through a little hole. Can you be little and I haul you with me?
Yeah.
Find a group, you bring them back, I find more, that sort of thing?
That works.
All right, well, I got the doohickey on my whatchamagig. Be small.
All right.
It's not a doohickey, it's an electro-potentially aware, and you get an acronym for that, but I have not made one up.
Exactly.
Down
Great
here.
whatchamacallit.
Down here, you can
Oh,
pick me up.
look, it's a little swell. Oh, you're so cute. And I'll put him in my kind of, let's see. I'll open up my fanny pack and put you in my fanny pack with you able to peek out.
the shrink. Nice.
All right.
I'm
We'll be
taking a
back.
picture.
We'll be back. And zip dang.
All right.
Oh, this is fast.
Nice. So we'll stay in the CNA for just a moment. We've got the flaming heaps of mannequins. Dog and Dr. Emery, the two of you are there. Who's holding Kizix, by the way?
You probably, because I was working on the phone.
Sure.
So as Dog is holding onto Kizix, you hear the voice of the Herald.
An interesting device. And I assume, Cyclist, that you're trying to gather all of these people together to lord over them what you've done? Planning on charging them for the services you've rendered?
You'll have to wait and see, friend. I'm not giving away my plans here.
Well, I'm sure you'll do so in some big maniacal speech, and don't ever call me a friend, Dr. Emery.
Oh, you don't like to have friends. It must be pretty lonely.
Oh, I'm not worried about friends. I just know who has the potential of being a friend and who will never be a friend. I've read up
Well-
on you, Cyclist, or should I call you Dr. Flux?
That's a long time ago.
I see. So there's an expiration date on evil. Is that what you're saying?
Look, whatever you want to say about me, I rarely took people from home and imprisoned them in the mall just for laughs. You know, at least I had better motivations than, oh, we're going to have a nice show with these people.
Yes, that definitely makes you better, Dr. Flux. Definitely.
And you can see some little spark running around Brutus's body because this guy is making him angry. But of course, he won't show it. And he say, well, look, what I've done, I've done. It's in the past. What you've done, you've done, and you can still change it. You can still just let us go.
Let you
Or at
go.
least let these innocent people go. If your beef is with me, fine, come at me. I probably deserve it, but leave the others out of it.
That almost sounds heroic.
Fuck you. And no, wait, we're yeah, well, okay. I think I say that. Fuck you.
And with that, the herald stops speaking to you. So we cut to Golden Boy with the shrink, as I've jokingly named. So Golden Boy, if you're hoping to grab all of the people that you find to show up as actually not robots and not aliens, but humans, there are a number of them.
So I'm going to try and search out at least a dozen first before we'll, when I find a dozen, I'm going to kind of come this way, and try and bring them together. And then I think the idea was maybe Swell escort them while I collect another.
Okay, cool. So then I think what you guys can do is team up a bit here. Your difficulty to corral all of the actual humans into the singular area for Swell to lead them to a hidey hole or a place where they could be safe from any random violence is going to be because as you do this, the fences that have been erected within the mall will come to life. So tension is in effect, and it will be an incredible feat. So good luck. You need 5 successes. This is definitely a 2-page spread of Golden Boy with the shrink moving all over the mall and having a bunch of fights.
Okay. Which one of us you think should take lead? And you have way more spark than I do.
And it feels like Golden Boy is the one who's kicking it off anyway. So
sound good then? Is that good with you, Jan?
Yep, I can give you some spark.
Okay. So this sounds super, sounds feet, sounds super movement. I don't know if this is wild one. It's pretty crazy, but I don't know if it's a wild one.
Or take a spark from me as well for this.
Oh, that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, that totally fits.
Okay. So there's
I'll give you like 3.
8, 9. There's 12. There is
Good
tension,
odds there.
so I'm gonna hold off spending my own spark so I don't kill myself.
The old Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah. Multiple dice is a danger. All right, rolling 12. Come on, baby. Well, could have been better, but no ones. One,
That
two,
could have been better.
Weird roll.
4,
Oh,
5, 6. That's 7.
Wow. That is delightful.
No tears over it.
Good stuff. No ouchies at all. It's just,
No
man, this is
ouchies.
amazing. I think it's like we see little turrets pop out, and there's all kinds of those more camera drones are coming out in little swarms to catch all the action, every angle, slow-mo, 4K, HD, 8K, 16K, all the Ks, every K. You are able to corral not only the lady with the, well, does she get to bring her baby? Because she still thinks it's her baby. So woman with baby carriage, we'll call her Jessica, and I'll stick her in. Well, somebody find a picture for me who's not in the current scene of.
And Rich, if I may,
Yes.
because I am going to grub a little here, I think that we see as this golden streak, and there's the kind of moving up the wall to get to a second story and down again, this flash of gold. And as we see people, there'll be kind of the picking them up for a moment to pull them together. And, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then as I kind of have pulled together a few, I'll drop Swell and say, if you get him back, I'll find you. And if you need to, and I'm going to kind of walk my hand back, and where I've gone, we get almost like family circle, the light following, what's his face, you know, when they always have the little dot.
Yes. Oh, Billy. Yes.
Billy. And I'm going to kind of pull my hand down, and it's going to coalesce into one bright light that just streams back as I say, just head to the light, buddy.
Oh, that's a pretty good show off. Roll me a d6 for Spark. That Mojoverse refresh rule is kicking in for something that extra.
I got 5. Thank you.
Nice. So you end up zipping around the first floor, and you're able to retrieve Don the Dice Man Cohan, who he's pretty unperturbed by this. Like, you actually see that there are a few aliens that you saw out in the stands are like buying games from him when you come in and like zip him out. Mallory Stein, who's at the Good Ones. And then the last person that you're able to help save is none other than Sylvia Brown, who is wearing a spa's apron. And when you like, you take her out, she's like, I don't know why I had to work today. I guess, huh? And then you like pull her through. So Swell, you lead them to the safest place that you guys were able to locate. And the two of you are successful. The mall is looking a little rough. There's all kinds of like little craters from the lasers that were fired at Golden Boy that he maybe deflected a couple of them. There's some of the aerobots are destroyed from having to fight the Swell. Yes. Sorry, I have to call this out. Yes, Don the Diceman Cohen was putting together an alien Yu-Gi-Oh tournament like a champ. That's right, because that's the Dice Man. He's like, it all spins. Gold Press Platinum, that's fine. I got a conversion for that. But yeah, so you guys have basically saved, we'll say like a dozen or so, but there's a few personalities that we recognize amongst the helpless citizens. And yeah, so we cut back to Dog and Emery. Golden Boy, once you're done, or Swell, do either of you guys like, is there a, hey, we've got them kind of moment to give them a heads up?
Yeah. I'll overall, because they're just where we left them, I guess. So I can just go. Good.
Cool. So you have cleared the playing field of innocence. Dog, after Emery had that snit throwdown of words with the Herald, you get the thumbs up that things are cleared out. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, the real game begins now, everybody. Remember, there are cameras everywhere. They love to get under our skin. They like drama.
Oh, that's what this was about.
Mm-hmm.
And I played right into it. Damn. I'm just taking out one of the cameras. Just like, pff, damn.
They don't get to do this all the time because they're bad at it.
Dog, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a wrestling fan from way back.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody can be like a heel or a face.
Mm-hmm.
But when the audience really decides, that's how it works out. A heel can become a face because the audience loves them, and vice versa. Does it matter what the audience thinks of us here?
What matters is the ratings. And
like you don't kill off a
thinks,
star.
Yeah. What the audience thinks makes the ratings.
So maybe, Brutus, you did a good thing by stirring up drama.
The problem here, what I see is, if we get good ratings, that's all nice and good, and we won't be killed or anybody else, but that doesn't get us closer to home.
No.
The ratings are nice, but they're not our goal. I mean, if it was just for me and nobody else was in danger, I'd say we sit down and compare our doctor's reports or something like that, have a nice cup of tea. But I guess there are other people in danger, so that wouldn't be so very
If they're
cool.
going to be sending things after us for drama sake, we should not be too close to the people.
Yep.
So let's move away from them and then give them the drama they need.
I still want to get out of there and give them the drama they need, clearly,
yes, that's
on
what I
their
mean.
asses.
Yep.
Sylvia raises her hand from the little corralled area where all those innocents are. I understand that we're in some alien dimension, but are those actually our stores? If they get destroyed, I don't think the insurance is going to cover that.
It was too late by the time you got here. Sorry, Sylvia.
They may not. If we could just get everybody home, that's going to be a win. Getting the mall home, well, who could say?
And the dice man says, wait, we're talking about the end of the mall?
We're talking about preventing the end of the mall.
That sounds better. I'm with you, Swell.
So, everyone, please stay here with each other. Stay safe. Don't go outside. Don't go exploring. It's dangerous out there. We'll take care of it.
Maybe we can do something with Kixus so he would be a help to you, actually, because I feel kind of bad leaving you here with no protection at all.
Kixus, are you going to keep these people safe?
No, that seems scary. They're like robots and magic. I mentioned the robots and the magic, right?
You're good at making walls. Help them build a barricade.
Ooh. Like a fort.
It's fun and functional.
I'm into it.
All right, get it, little guy. And I like put my hand down so he can give me a high five.
Gives you like a high 3 and then a second high 3, because he's got the weird little pinchers. And he turns and he starts like laying down, like, we got to get this stuff moved over here, and then I'll spatula all this stuff together. And they start working to try to erect some kind of fort-like barrier.
All right. And it's just us and this hole in the wall. My back ain't gonna like this. And I take the axe to it. The pointy end, just for chipping away at things that are a bit too hard for the blade end. See if I can.
So you're going to try to hack your way out of the mall? That's the plan?
That's my plan. I don't have explosives or anything. Unless, and I check my boot and my jacket. Do I have any of my weapons?
Of course you do. That would be entertaining.
Well, all right then. All right, everybody, take a few steps back.
All right.
Sweet.
I lay out a pattern of shots first. And then I can chip away at what's already been done from there.
All right. So let's go ahead and build this into a roll. The tension involved is just you exerting so much effort. Do you tire yourself out? That is the tension, because this is going to take a lot of effort. The difficulty is remarkable, which means you need 4 successes.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and build your roll as Dana Maddox, aka Dog.
That seems
be-
pretty.
Swell will help you out with chipping away at the walls. We'll
Nice.
give you a spark.
All right. So this seems pretty bricky. And super. And I got a spark, so that's 5. This seems kind of handsy, maybe for an 8.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
I don't think highly trained applies.
Really?
Really?
I think it does. Like how to use your body, your physicality.
Okay, yeah. What's the best way to use an axe to go through
Mhm.
a dense wall like this? Okay, so that's 10 total dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hedge with a spark of my own.
All right.
What they're there for. That's 11
You'll
dice.
need 4 4s or better.
Mama needs a new pair of boots. So 6 successes, 2 oofs.
Yeah, so I think we see you fire in using some of your weapons. You fire at the what were the doors. You start to form some holes. You're hacking away, and I think, Dog, what I love like on the panel is as you're hammering away, we see one glimpse, and maybe just the readers see a glimpse of something that Dog did with an axe when she was in Mojoverse 40 years ago.
I mean, probably breaking into some other kind of building.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe.
Like an actual King of the Hill, climb the tower type contest that you were forced to compete in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
and
instead of climbing to the top of the tower, Dog's like, fuck it. I want it to come down to me.
nice. And what do we see Hope doing in this bit of flashback?
That makes me kind of, I don't know. I mean, like, clearly we're friends, but like, did we ever compete with each other? Was this a King of the Hill thing where we have like a team versus team going on?
I kind of see it like a team, like she was on your team, right? This is why we know that you actually give 2 craps about hearing
Right.
that Hope is here again.
Right. So maybe Hope is making sure that some kind of perimeter fence doesn't go off on me while this is happening.
Nice. I like it. When we see Hope in this, of course, it's like 40 years ago, she is barely a teenager. She has an undercut, kind of platinum blonde hair, very delicate features, but she's obviously been forced to harden, right? She has, defined musculature along her arms. You see that there are some like wounds on her knuckles that shows she's had to be in a few scraps. And this is our first flash of who this previously unseen Hope might be to Dog. And so you finally crash through and break out of the mall, and you see that just this huge, like if you guys have seen Thor Ragnarok, that is absolutely, all of the crowds that are up in the raised platform, not platforms, but raised seating, and then there's this huge area, and you realize that it's like smack dab in the middle of an arena is where this whole mall is. a bunch of the bugs that look like Kizik's, they all scatter away because, yeah.
Well, you don't pay us enough. Now we'll just fix it later.
Get out of here before I make you an insurance claim.
Roll a d6. That's a good line. Make you an insurance claim.
5.
Nice. Okay, you got five spark back from that, and yeah, you see across one of the video display boards that quote pops up: "Get out of here before I make you an insurance claim." And the kind of reader goes across the reader board, and a bunch of people are snapping in and flicking it in and tossing it across all of their Mojo slabs.
There's a screen that has it on a T-shirt already.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys, all four of you, break out of the mall, and there's just this weird, instead of a ground in this arena, it's like this weird plasteel thing. You can actually see your reflection off of it. There are thousands of cameras, and you see there's this, one of those jumbotron type things. Sorry, as I put off screen, jumbotron up in the air, and there's all these television screens that are showing you guys like 30 different angles and super high def, and everyone's watching right now. And there's this pregnant moment, like nothing is attacking you right this second when you guys burst out of the mall. They are eager to see, what in the world are you going to do now?
Where to, dog?
High ground. Move it. And I'm running.
Nice. So dog starts running. I imagine you guys take off after you. Is the swell like person sized now again, or is he still shrink and hanging out with Golden
he's
Boy?
person sized.
Okay, he's person sized.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not running. I can't run. I'm 77. I'm not running. I'm a scientist. I will take some of the environment and make that run for me.
Ooh, what does that look like?
Well, we're in the middle of there. We already see the audience, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you see the audience.
So I go over to one of these audience people who are.
Oh, just so we're clear, I'm sorry. It's an arena, so there are no audience members down here.
We can get
protected.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? I think what I need here is some sort. I mean, Doc blew down this wall, right? Chopped down this wall. There will be pieces of the wall lying around here.
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. I'm taking a piece of the wall. Look at it. Then I take out my screwdriver, fix a few screws, load it up with electricity, and then I'm flying after it, kind of flying carpet style, because you think I'm not running for you all.
That sounds great. I don't even see a die roll cover to that. That's just how Dr. Emery gets to where he's going to be able to move with the rest of the group, and it looks really cool. So dog, you know that there are like large doors where they'll open up, and the contestants are thrown into the gladiator pit. That would probably be the easiest way to get out of the arena proper, but it's also, of course, going to be pretty dangerous. Climbing up exposes you a great deal, but once you get amongst the crowd, you can usually cause a good deal of havoc. So where do you want to lead them, dog?
Up into the crowd, try to use the public exits.
Nice. So dog, you grab onto the sheer face of the wall and start.
I mean, I got an axe with a hook end for a reason.
So you're like axe climbing your way up. When you see the swell, I imagine you can get up into the crowd pretty easily.
I think the swell just grows up to the length of the wall and goes like, guys need a lift.
Golden Boy like runs up your back, like, kind of deal.
Yep. And then just goes small again, holding on to the ledge.
Oh,
call that a shrink lift.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So as you guys are doing this, Brutus, you're the last to come behind because you had to construct your makeshift floating device. When
I'm
you
not hurrying. Just to be
Fine.
clear, I'm not hurrying for these guys. I'm pissed at this point.
And that's where you see from the above the mall coming out of some secret exit of some kind is none other than the Herald. You see that she is floating on a disc that looks surprisingly like a flux disc, actually. And she's headed towards you.
Oh, I see. You're trying to leave everyone behind again. No, I don't think you're going to leave, Brutus Emery. I don't think you're going to leave Mojoverse.
So come and stop me.
That is the plan.
I love to see that because you realize that your capacitors are really not working at full, at optimal function. This is a rookie thing that you've built here.
You make assumptions instead of asking questions. You're not curious, Dr. Emery.
I'm
You're conceited.
77. My days of being curious are behind me. You want to learn something? Listen up, kid.
And that's when the Herald reaches out her hand. And she's got a gloved hand. You see this black lightning shoot out of her hand, and it's coming straight for you.
Oops.
And yeah, it's not good because it hurts. And it's not going to disable your disc, but it definitely hurts. So you're knocked back a bit.
What do you
want to do?
Can I try to like a lightning, right? Lightning is electricity, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to take control of it and make it loop back and come around after behind the Herald and hit the whatever this thing is. It's not a flux disc. Flux disc was a lot larger, but this faux flux disc is.
Yeah, it's whatever Herald disc. Who knows what it is? So let's have you do that. So if you want to redirect her lightning, that is going to be a remarkable feat. You'll need 4 successes, and yes, tension is involved in the roll.
Okay.
I'm going to offer up a spark by checking back on Emery, I think. And since the swell is my one-way ticket to the top of the wall, I can give up the axe and throw the whole ass thing at the flux disc.
Nice.
Try to throw her off balance.
Cool. So it's not strategic. I'm just reacting here. So
I would agree with that, yeah.
But it's super. So that's 2 dice. And I think at this point, can I use it's not a sonic screwdriver, it's an electromagnetic screwdriver, I remembered. Can I use that to just kind of loop the lightning around?
That's how you're doing it. You're not using your inherent control over electricity. You're using a gadget. That works.
No, okay. I do use my inherent control of electricity. I just want to. I just want to use tools. So at 5, I'm at control electricity. That's 7. And can I loop in the gadgetry here, or is that too much?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're at 9 at 10, since I've got the spark from Dog. Yeah, that should be. I need 4, right?
You need 4.
Okay, let's see how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 ones. So, yeah.
Wow, you got exactly what you needed. And did you bring in Dana's extra spark in your count?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I did.
So you use your weird electromagnetic screwdriver and some of the electricity bleeds through, and we see you get, a little blackened. You take a little bit of the ill effects of this black lightning, but you redirect the majority of it, take it straight into her. Obviously not a flux disc. It starts to explode. Then Dana's axe hacks it out from underneath her legs. She falls with surprise and lands hard on that weird kind of plasteel surface. And you see that when she impacted, her helmet cracked a little bit, and you're able to see there's a human face there. You see she has like this really pretty, unfortunately, a little bit of blood from the impact, but a pretty mocha skin. She looks, well, almost familiar. Her eyes look familiar.
Oh gosh. Well, I was going to make a snide remark about the capacitors of the disc, but when I see her fall, I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go and save her. And I turn to the camera. See, now I've got to go and see and save her. Fine. This is fun for you, right? I think you all need to get alive, maybe.
People are just like screaming applause. We see, I think you all need to get alive, come across the reader board. It's like, I think you all need to get alive. And it's like words on top of Brutus Emery's angry face on a t-shirt that you can get at a Cafe Press store.
Can I roll a die for
yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's memeable. It's been made into a t-shirt, so obviously. There's even like an offshoot one. I was told to get a life. All I got was a stupid t-shirt.
My life's in flux.
Oh man, that's good. Oh, it's good. So it doesn't land quite as hard. You get one spark back, but you're not going to see any of the residuals on that t-shirt sale, unfortunately.
That's mostly because I don't much care about the whole
don't
reaction of these people, but I have an idea and I need the swell for it because he's really good at talking to people.
Ooh, you need the swell who's good at talking to people. So you're going to try to reach down, grab the herald.
I'm going to land and go see what's what here.
Okay, all right. That's a lot. You don't have to roll to grab them. So yeah, you come down. She scampers up to her feet and shakes her head a little bit.
You look hurt, girl.
No,
You're bleeding.
I'm done being hurt. You're not hurting me ever again, Dr. Emery.
I never meant to hurt you. Never meant to hurt any. Well, yeah, I meant to hurt people. I was a bad person. I know that. And if if you want to take me down with your lightning stuff, if this will make things better, fine. But do you really think that this is the right way to get back at me?
Ooh, that's pretty good stuff. So we cut up to the audience where, Dog, you've made your way up. Like the concession stand guy like threw a whole bunch of popcorn to get out of your way, and there are a bunch of audience members who are like making a hole for you, but also watching, and lots of people are taking pictures. It's like, oh my God, it's Dog! I can't believe it! My grandson loved you.
It takes all my mental fortitude not to throw one of these people down the stands.
Yeah, you guys are on the doorstep. If you can make it to the concession stand, some of the areas where you can go and at least hide. The Swell and Golden Boy are right with you. And then you look back and there's Dr. Emery, who's doing some kind of face off with that herald that you helped bring her down. That was Dr.
We need to get Brutus.
Yeah, we can't leave Brutus behind.
Well, duty calls.
And I look around like, is there any other security coming after us?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely security that are making their way through the aisles, and there are some other things that are floating down from the jumbotrons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I pull that little stick out of my boot, and I go, whip.
Yes.
And then I wait for my nice little moment, and I lash onto one of the larger drone cameras.
Oh, are you doing a little buckling of a swash to get your way down,
Yep.
back down to
Oh, yeah.
rejoin?
Yarp.
So give me a D6 spark, because this is just a recovery action of looking amazing.
The first one counts. I clicked twice because I was like, did that click or did it not click? So
I've done that. All right, cool. So 4 spark back as you swashbuckle your way back onto the arena floor. Swell, you see the dog is heading back. You'd already said, yeah, we can't leave him behind. So what do you do, Swell? What does it look like?
I think basically just going to reverse down again with just growing again, but instead of just shrinking down from there, he's just gonna stay big and just taking
Ooh.
really big stabs. Doom, doom, doom.
Oh, that's awesome. Give me a D6 recovery there from looking like an amazing swollen dude. We see across the reader board, it says the swole.
That's nice.
Nice. And then Golden Boy, how do you rejoin your compatriots on the arena floor?
Well, it's boring, but I guess I just run.
It's fair.
Awesome. She's like,
do you
"Boom,
run
boom."
across something that wouldn't hold your weight if you weren't going super fast? I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine that it has, because we're up in stands and then there's like a drop, isn't there, to get down
Yes.
the floor?
Yeah, like 30 feet,
All right, then. So I think that there's the zoom of me heading across down the stands, and then as I get to the edge of the stands, there's kind of a golden arch leap that will carry me to the wall where I'm still running and go straight down the wall to
Awesome.
get to the floor.
Somebody
Single golden arch.
somebody snaps the golden arch, and then it's like 1 billion served, because be double arches. So like come down and bam, go ahead and roll me a D6. You get a little bit of a recovery there as we flip back to the cyclist. You're facing off with the Herald. You tell her, if you want to hurt me, if that's going to make things better, go ahead. And that's when the rest of your friends rejoin you. They have your back. And the Herald, she pulls out of she's got a cool little, utility belt type deal. And she pulls out this mirror prism and she holds it out. And then she flicks it back and forth with all the light. And we see the reflection of her. And there's all these mirror images of the Herald. And you see there are a number of them. And then there are a dozen of them. And then they start running forward towards the 4 of you. So there is a total threat difficulty to defeat the Herald here.
Do I recognize who she is?
It's Semiramis.
Okay.
You're able to see from the part of the helmet that's been pulled away, her beautiful brown eye. This is your daughter.
And I yell at the others, stay back, and I'm running towards her. Or limping towards her, because running is not really in the cards, but
She's looking to hurt you.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Are you going to fight her?
No, I'm not going to fight her. I'm going to protect her.
Really? We'll see how this goes.
my guys don't know who she is, and I can't get myself to say it. So because that's too emotional, but I need to protect her.
Okay. So you're rushing forward. She mixes in with all the others. You're not sure which one is her. How do you want to stop your friends from hurting her? What's your plan?
Plan? I do not have a plan here.
Oh, wow.
I'm just rushing. I'm just acting. I'm just running forward and following my heart to find the real Sammy, and then just
Well, you do have this.
stand in front of her and
Okay. Well, it feels like maybe your electric perception might actually pay off here to try to find out which one is holds the power in her that you, as her father, gave her. So finding her between the others is going to be a remarkable feat. Intention is involved in the role because the mirror images, if nobody else is trying to hurt you. Yes, 4 is the number of successes you need. You're definitely being super. No normal person can. By the way, Sabine, you're muted if you're talking.
that explains why nobody's reacting. Yeah, I'm super, and I'm using heart for this
Nice.
because
Your first heart roll, I think,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, well, that's and I'm using my perception control, which puts me up to 6, and of course I will use spark here, even though I probably can't afford it. But you know what? I'm using 2 spark. Probably will put me out of commission, but that's fine. Everything's fine. What did I say where I was? 8. Okay. Nice. Okay, dice.
Throw in a spark just to point out that I'm trying to engage a bunch of them, but not land blows on them.
The swell will also throw in a spark, and he's just going to sort of like with his large hands just like block a few off and then push them away.
And I'll
Nice.
throw one in. I think since we're talking about a spectrum,
That's right.
and Rich froze in a very happy look. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. I was excited because you said this. Yeah, I just got a note that my internet connection is unstable. Anyway, you said a light spectrum. I'm like, oh yes, that's absolutely true. So yes, I think the Golden Boy could absolutely help out here.
Cool. So I'm rolling 11 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still alive. 1, 2, 3, 4. I needed 4, right?
You needed 4.
I've got 4, and
That
I've still got a spark left.
You got one. You got it exactly and only one. That is like the best worst roll I've seen all day because you succeeded. But man, it was rough. I think it's a thing where you fight through several hails of black lightning. They zap and we see you're able to kind of, some of it just rolls off of you because of your innate power, but there's still some of that hurt that you carry until finally you reach her, and Dog, Golden Boy, and the Swell have all moved all of them off the board, all the reflections, the imitations of your daughter, and she's right there.
And I'm standing in front of her and just not even touching her, but just lifting my hands like, Sammy, I'm sorry. I am. But the way you're going, that's the anger that made me really shout when I was younger. Please don't do it. Please don't do it to yourself, and please don't do it to others.
You hear the of her releasing the pressure on the rest of her helmet. She pulls it off, and it's unmistakable. You see the family resemblance between the two of them. You see the bit of blood coming down from the impact of hitting the deck. She says, "Now, Dad? Now you care?"
Cared all along. Your mother left me. You left me. I did not. You said never to talk to you again. I respect that. I know that I don't deserve to have an amazing daughter. I don't. But I've never stopped loving you. I've never stopped caring.
Well, could you just let us go? Respect that?
Because you were right. Don't deserve this. I've been a bad man. You should have had only good in your life.
Well, we're both damned now.
Sammy, we're not damned. I've made mistakes. Maybe you've made mistakes too, but that doesn't mean we're damned. It means we have to do better. That's all. And I mean, look at these people. These are superheroes. These are good guys. These are the real deal. I mean, this is the swell, right? He saved the Statue of Liberty. And he's helping me.
Nice to meet you. Booming voice.
Nice. And she kind of looks up at you and then she glances over at Golden Boy. And who's he?
I mean, I'm looking at her. Was she asking me or was she asking Brutus?
What was she asking?
She glanced at Golden Boy and said, "And who's he?"
That's Golden Boy. You probably, you remember when you were 5, you had an action figure of him?
That's
sorry. Yeah, that's him.
I'll golden up, do the full cover.
Wow.
Well, we were enemies for a long time, and he stopped me doing from some pretty bad shit. So, but things can change.
I know who Dog is. Everyone knows who Dog is. Everyone here.
Is that what you think? You've seen me on a screen a few times and you think you know me? What's my favorite food? What do I like best about mornings, huh?
I don't know.
What is Dog's favorite food? It's probably something surprisingly boring. Yeah, it's like cereal. Cereal is my favorite food, and that's my favorite part of mornings.
Oh, such a touching reunion. Harold no longer. Semi. We have A binding contract. You got exactly what you asked for. A chance for vengeance on your wayward father. I met my end of the bargain.
It seems like we're going to have some contract renegotiations. And cracks his knuckles.
And I say, hey, Swell, can you maybe tell these people to take a hard look at themselves and what they're doing here? And if there's not something better they could do? You're pretty good at mugging a camera. I know that. I'm talking to people, so tell them to go home.
Well, people, show's over. There's been a reunion. Everyone can go home. Maybe also go see their families. You know, how long has it been since you've seen your father, your mother, your children? Shouldn't you go see them now?
Wow. We see all these like close-ups of Swell's face. We see some of the audience members there are a number of them who've left, but the ones who've stayed, they're like pausing with weird like popcorn, listening intently. Have you gone to see your mothers or fathers? And I do think that this is going to be an incredible feat. Swell. Incredible. I don't think delivering a heartfelt speech over thousands of screens to an alien host is in anything a normal person would do. I really think you have to be super to pull this off.
All right.
Definitely using your jaw.
Yes. Da, 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 da.
I think going the heartfelt way is maybe a little bit of the glue too. I could see that.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that brings me
I would give you a
to
spark, but it's my last one. Can I
9.
do that?
You can do it, but that means you won't have access to your super.
I don't care.
I'll give you a spark as I make sure your lighting is very solid.
That's awesome. So it's incredible difficulty, and yes, tension is involved.
I'm going to go and throw in 3 of my own. Because damn it, I want to succeed.
Right. Let's see how this goes.
Right, so that's...
Brutus, did you add in one? You've taken yourself down to 0.
Yeah, sure.
So
I've taken
crazy.
in one
Oh,
because I mean this I feel is kind of important.
Pretty heavy, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I have to make sure that things go better now. I don't.
So that brings me up to 14, I think.
Here we go. Let the dice decide.
Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Exactly 5 successes.
But also 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. 4 oofs. I'm still standing. But that hurts.
Very well. You've entertained the masses. I've received my glory. I fulfilled my contract. But still, someone needs to stay behind. Who will it be, Sammy?
It's my contract.
You're not staying here, young lady.
I'm fine with staying, kiddo.
No, you guys should be heroes where they actually want them. You see that the mall starts to take on this like greenish glow.
You think I'll let you go again after you've yelled at me and plotted a huge revenge thing? You can think you have another thing coming, young lady.
I don't have anything back on Earth.
Oh, well, yeah, you do. You do. You have a father who cares. And you have a mother who cares. And you have a future.
You're too young to give up on Earth, kiddo. Marty, make sure Simon doesn't make any stupid choices. Those are all for me.
The mall starts to slowly pull within itself. It's like it's being pulled back in to Earth.
You know what? Who would like to stay? It's that robot lady, the Zumba lady. She can stay.
Dad, she
Oh.
doesn't have a soul. She can't sign a contract.
I don't care. You're coming with me, or I'm staying with you.
You guys see that the mall is disappearing. The moments for you to leave with it are going away as well.
Can I shove her at Marty and say, take her?
Yeah. You shove her. She's surprised by it. Golden Boy, Simi falls into your hands.
I think we're all wanting to make this sacrifice of staying. I think we're all sitting here thinking we want to make the sacrifice of staying.
I ain't leaving because Hope's still here. So.
Ooh, there's a point to that. Okay. She gets thrown at me, and I see the mall over there getting shrinking and smaller. So I'm going to, for sure, grab her and zoom down to toss her to it, to put her into it.
Okay. That's going to be a roll.
All right.
So here's the deal. It will be a good difficulty if you want to carry her across. But if you're looking to just throw her, then you're going to need a remarkable success because she sees what's going on and she's trying to fight you.
All right. Well, yes, I'm trying to. I can't leave the rest of them. I for sure can't leave until I've helped whoever needs to get out. So yeah, I'm trying to get her there and put her through without me going.
Okay.
All right. So it's incredible, you say?
It is. Yeah, I think incredible sounds good. An incredible feat. If you fail, you and her are both in the real world.
Incredible. All right, so 5. I think this is wild one.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Super. Feet or hands or heart, but they're all the same.
Yeah, I think it's feet, but because your super movement's going to kick in here. So.
Super movement, and I'm running at full tilt.
Absolutely.
Right until I get there, and then I'm ghost forming and turning around to come back.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's
as I turn into light and just sink back to where I was. That's 2, 4, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm. Spending any spark?
I'll go ahead and spend 1 spark. That takes me to 12.
I'll toss you a spark.
That takes me to 13. Thank you very much. Roll. Oh, that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You rush across and you turn into light, but then there's no bridge back. And Golden Boy, you are in the mall, back on Earth, and you're right in the middle of your Heroes for Hire office with the former Herald, daughter of Brutus Emery, sitting there.
I go, damn it!
I can't believe you did that.
I can't believe that I'm back here. Your dad loves you. I had to. He's done a lot of good things over the last few years. I had to do this good thing for him.
Yeah.
So now I got to figure out how to get back.
She stands up. I might be able to help you with that.
And I'll kind of look over.
I think that's where we bring this session to a close. So, let's ask some questions. Did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood or someone from your past?
Oh, yeah.
Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
Very much so.
Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rivals?
I don't know. I don't know if we defeated our enemy unless we count the Herald here.
I think that
I
counts.
think we did.
I think it does too. I think it does. Cool. So then let's go around and ask the individual questions. These will be a little harder. Wait, did I? Oh, there we go. I was like, oh, where are the other questions? Oh, I know there are more. So Golden Boy, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations or problems with your age or past?
I don't know if I hit any of those exactly.
Yeah, did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I do feel like I did that.
Absolutely. Cool. So that will be 4 XP for you.
Thank you.
And then Dog, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations or problems with your age or past?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I think so, yeah.
I agree. So that'll be 5 XP for you. Cyclist, did you struggle with your normal obligations or problems with your age or past? I hope so.
Maybe past?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Maybe with the, what did we call it? Shrink thingy?
Yeah. And you created the device. So that, yeah, I like that. And then, oh, okay. Jen needs to step away. And then the Swell. Did you struggle with your normal obligations or problems with your age or past?
Don't think so.
Okay. And then did you support another teammate when they needed you? Several
Yes.
times. Cool. All right.
Quite literally.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So that'll be 4 XP for you. That will bring the mechanical side of the session to a close. So let's bump through some stars and wishes, friends. Very curious on the stars and wishes because this was not our normal hit the streets kind of game. So I'm all ears. So we'll start from the right, headed towards the left. So we'll start with Jan. What wishes did you have from the session?
Um, I wish that I had no idea about Hope or the daughter. So for both of those people, I was like, who are we? And then like it got revealed at some point. But initially, I was like, we still don't know who Hope is. And
Yeah, I agree.
Her?
I agree.
But
I'll
I
stick a
probably
pic.
missed it in a different episode or something.
No. Hope is a thing that Jen and I had talked about, and we just kind of sprung it on you guys. So that's very fair feedback. I do have a pic of current day Hope that is now in the keeper.
So yeah, basically just my wish was like, I wish I had understood the stakes a bit better.
Well, I hear you. I don't want to sound offensive, but like the reveal of Simi was the one that I was.
Yeah, of course.
was
That was very cool.
But yeah, the Hope one was definitely like a left field thing. So that's absolutely fair. Good point. Thank you, Jan. Cool. So then we'll go to Sabine. What wishes did you have?
Wishes for the next session. I'm very happy with how this played out. So I wish we could get Marty and Raphael to unite with us.
I hope so.
And
yeah.
I also wish to kick this stupid whatever this laser face guy's name is. I wish we would kick his butt. Yep. This guy seems to be someone for a good old-fashioned butt kicking. Mostly I wish to see Dog kick his butt, actually, because that seems like to be a dog thing. Also, I wish to have more spark, but I guess I'll get that.
Well, we'll help you out. Sure, it'll be fine.
Cool. Jen, what wishes did you have?
Yeah, I wish for there to be a way for Marty and Raphael to jump in next session should Tyler and or Alex be available.
Yeah, that's stipulated. That is the thing. That is no problem. We will have that.
We'll make it happen. I hear
Yeah. Well, I could have some wonderful adventures there arguing over change at the Orange Julius, I suppose.
Could. We'll cut back to the food court. Gives you your change. Cut back to the action and Mojoverse. Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean I can't take from the change cup? It says take a penny, leave a penny.
Oh, that would be so bizarre.
Anything else that I wish for next session? Definitely some butt kickings. That'd be good times. Also, I guess I wish to know a little bit more about what's happened to the Mojoverse in the meantime, right? Because it's cool that we are up against Mojo's daughter instead. I like it. Salamanca. I guess I want to figure out more of what her deal is.
Cool.
And that
Absolutely.
would be it.
Tyler, what wishes did you have?
Kind of as a little bit of an echo of Jan, but just maybe a wish. I never want to say, how, I don't want to suggest how you GM, but we've done stuff in the past. I would love to see kind of a flashback moment as the reveals for Hope and for the daughter, and maybe somehow tie in a moment for just, I think in a big tension moment, a flashback for everybody is super cool.
A great suggestion. Yeah, I definitely want to lean back on that. Thank you.
There is a wish. And I mean, I don't have much wishes other than that because I love how it's flowing. I'm really interested, so wish to hear more about Mojo, but that's our Mojo verse, but that's gonna happen. So no real other wishes.
Awesome. We'll stick with you for stars. What stars would you like to hand out?
This was cool. Loved the pacing of it. Loved how we worked together. Thought there was some really cool seeing us teaming, and I thought the kind of the cold open set of it was really good. I liked us with what the hell's going on. We all leaned into it. So, like, big, huge kudos to everybody going without even really a prompt. We just all went with it. And that's a nice sign of people who play together and trust each other and trust the GM. So, massive stars to us as a group on how we handled that. I thought that was really well done. And, so much emotion in this. So, huge stars to, I think, everybody playing deep emotion.
Awesome. Thank you. I agree. Jen, what about you? Stars?
Yeah, I'm going to second on the cold open because that was fun. That really added to the sense of being toyed with. That was quite cool. I loved the drama of Brutus being reunited with his daughter and like the realization and how he went all in on not fighting his daughter. That was very, very cool. Very dramatic, good performance. Very high ratings. They're going to put that in the box set.
Nice.
Other stars here. I mean, this was a really cool session, so it's hard to think of things to spotlight specifically.
Cool. Thank you, Jen. Sabine, what about you? What stars did you have?
Yeah, stars all around. I think this really felt like the team came together. It really felt like we were a team. We weren't just some crotchety old folks doing their thing. We're a team of superheroes doing superhero stuff, and I really like that. That was awesome. I also like the way we were in this mall, and everyone was like, "There's something is weird here. Why are there androids?" And then we tried to save everybody. That was also cool because we were actually heroes in this. That was also cool. And of course, huge star to you, Rich, for the whole daughter thing. I love that. I had a lot of fun playing that. So yeah, and your stars for everybody coming to Brutus's rescue. That he did not expect that for some reason.
Oh, that was really good. I loved that too. I love the moment of everybody kicking in a spark as Brutus is trying to get to his actual daughter. That was mechanics and story. Like, that's the kind of stuff I really like about story game related stuff. Thank you. Jan, what about you? Stars?
Basically same, but yeah, what Tyler already said about like this, and also Sabine, that this really felt like we had a lot of teamwork, so that was really cool. The opening was very cool, trying to figure out what's going on, and like finding the little things that are wrong with the world. And yeah, the reunion between Brutus and his daughter was also very good. And also everyone's one-liners.
You get to roll a d6 spark. All of a sudden, people are pretty good at it. No, you guys have always been witty. I just thought, this will be an interesting mechanic to explore as a refresh thing. I'm glad that it paid off because I thought it was super entertaining.
Yeah, a star to that. I think it was really cool. I love stunting, and to go ahead and put it in there to encourage us, very good idea.
Thanks. Awesome. So next week, hopefully Alex will be able to rejoin us, and we'll see if Raphael and Marty can get back to the Mojoverse to help out. So that'll be fun. And do be thinking about flashbacks between Dog and Hope, because I'll also think about them. We can even talk about if there are any little events that we want to pocket in so we can lean towards those flashbacks. That'll be cool. But it's no rush. If we just do it on the spot, I trust our creativity. So no worries. I'll go ahead and bring this session recording to a close. Thank you all for playing and for anybody watching.